Hi, Bob Burke here to tell you about a fantastic evening that's coming up to support Rhode Island PBS. An evening Uncorked is going to be held here in the Botanical Gardens at Roger Williams Park on February 6th. It's going to be a great evening for you to come and enjoy the food of 10 of Rhode Island's best chefs paired with some great wines. Best of all, you're going to be able to support Rhode Island PBS at a wine auction that evening. So it is going to be a great night, and who doesn't want to be in a lush tropical paradise in the middle of winter? Best of all, you're going to be able to support your favorite PBS station. Now, I have a special guest here today, Chef Jonathan Canberra of the fabulous Inn at Castle Hill down in Newport. And Chef, I wanted to see if you could help out today in showing a little bit about what we're going to do that night and maybe talking about the pairing of food and wine. What's your favorite way of pairing food and wines together?
Well, I think just realizing you have a lot of flexibility with wines, with food and wine, and the characteristics of red and white, and the generalization that white needs to go with fish and red needs to go with meat. You don't necessarily need that as long as you have the right acidity levels perhaps in the food. Really?
So, I mean, you're talking about a rule that people have kind of stood by for a long time. So we can really break out of that mold?
I think you can. It also starts with what does the guest enjoy? What is their beverage of choice? Is it Cabernet?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps maybe a very mild Cabernet would be a nice presentation with a local striped bass, perhaps, as long as you have the right acidity levels, the right seasoning, perhaps.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Now, do you ever, when you work, do you start with the bottle of wine and work backwards to the recipe? Or do you like to start with the recipe and then pick out, whatever wines you're going to have with that?
I actually do like to back into it. Open up the bottle of wine like we're doing here today. Let it breathe a little bit.
All right.
Smell a little bit of the aromatics. What is the characteristic of the wine?
Okay.
Really get to know the wine, and then you start to plug in, okay, what is the season? Where are we right now?
Give that a taste. Tell me where you're going to go with this. What's something that would be one of your signatures that we're going to look for with this particular wine?
I think with this, especially at the time of the year that we're in, coming off the end of fall, early winter, a nice roasted butternut squash puree with a roasted cod loin, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of fresh herb on there perhaps, would be beautiful with the Chardonnay.
Fantastic.
Now that is a basic pairing, but something that you probably can hit home.
That's great. Well, there's a lot of strategies and a lot of philosophies, and that night there's not only going to be wine professionals here at the Botanical Center, there are going to be these great chefs here, and they're going to be more than happy not just to share their fabulous food with you, but to share their knowledge of food and wine. And Chef Jonathan, I want to thank you for being with us today and giving people a taste of what's going to happen here on February 6th. It's all to support Rhode Island PBS. You all know how much we love this station, and 10 great restaurants are coming out. Let me just repeat them again. 1149 Restaurant, 3 Steeple Street, Blaze Restaurant, Capitol Grill, Cafe Noir, Haruki, New Rivers, Nick's on Broadway, Trio, and of course the Pot au Feu. Come on out that evening. For ticket information, 222-3636, or go on the web to ripbs.org. We'll see you that night.
Cheers.
Cheers.